say that like that.
Hey, man. Hey, I'm a Ninja Turtles fan. Okay, I will ooze wherever I like.
This one drink that's not even bad, you won't drink, and I'm confused. I am in anger.
Good for you guys. I don't watch a lot of movies. I go outside. Okay?
Are we really going to have a cat meowing in the other room?
Yeah. I was going to deal with it, but I got tired of not being started yet. So, welcome back to the Too Many Words podcast. I am your host, Isaac William Joseph. Across the way from me is my best friend, Jordan Van Cleve. And if you hear a cat in the background, it is
a cat.
Yeah. Yeah. It's experiencing the consequences of its choices because, it wanted to run away from me when I tried to put it back upstairs, and now it's in this back room. Don't worry, it's not being hurt or anything. It's just
scared.
Not scared.
I'd say it's scared.
I'd say it just wants out.
Look, it's not Sime.
Yeah, because he called in sick today. It's trending. We thought he'd be good enough to come in the day after. And, I don't know. Fight it off or whatever he's dealing with. But, yeah, another Simeless episode. Another week where he has proven that he is not consistent. But that's okay, because the two boys here will always prosper. At least me, because Jordan sucks sometimes too. So, yeah. What?
I've only called out once.
Yeah.
Because I was in
a
lot of pain.
Yeah, that one episode was our single greatest episode of all time, and you missed it.
I don't know about greatest. It was pretty good, yeah. I watched it.
It was great. It was Aubrey. It had the guest Aubrey.
I wouldn't say it was the greatest of all time, though. But
greatest of all time.
That is definitely not like the GOAT of Too Many Words episodes.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
What's the GOAT of Too Many Words episodes?
GOAT of Too Many Words episodes.
The greatest episode ever.
Like, does that have to be numeric episodes? Because our Christmas specials are really special.
Normal episode. Welcome to the Too Many Words podcast, where we yank our own chains. But anyways, the time is 10:19 p.m., February 12th, on a Monday, the day after the Super Bowl. And now Jordan's going to tell us what the best normal episode we've ever done is. And we're going to have to top it right here, right now.
I don't know. Well, we're definitely not going to top it. But I'd say... I mean, the Ice Cream Sundae episode's pretty good, but, like, I don't think that's, like, top 5, definitely. I'm trying to think of one that's, like, really
I'm glad that you're not going off of numbers.
universally family-friendly.
Sure.
I don't know. That's kind of hard to really kind of put it down like that. Like, I guess our 2023 year in review, that one was pretty good. We did really good on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Let me take a look here real quick. Really quick here. Let's just pull this up really quick.
Really quick. He
And
said, emphasis on the really quick.
So
quick. While Jordan's doing that, I will bring out announcements for the Scald Stone. The Scald Stone shop has a new addition.
Yeah, it does.
It's got a red hat. A red hat, especially for anybody who is politically neutral. It is a hat that I have had an idea for ever since Trump came out with his own hat in 2016, I think. And maybe even before that, maybe like even 2014, and like the very, very beginning, when I was like a freshman in high school, where his initial campaign, you had those red MAGA hats. Well, we have our own MAGA hats, but they don't say MAGA on it, and they don't say any sort of playoff of MAGA. It's, or MAGA, or however you like to say it, but over here at the Too Many Words podcast, we are politically neutral. And that's not just for content purposes. Jordan and I personally, or I don't know about you, I don't know about you because I don't know where you stand politically, but based on like the conversations we have, Jordan and I, we don't care for politics most of the time, almost all of the time. And what am I speaking for? Only myself here?
No, I was agreeing, actually.
Okay, great. Okay.
I don't give frick.
We do not give two rips about either side, really. And sorry if you are very strong in one side. You do you, okay? That's just not
Proud
our
of
style.
you.
Not our style. With that said, to celebrate how politically neutral we are, and especially, is this is a campaign year, right?
I think this year,
presidential year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Be, yeah.
Just in season, because politics are never really out of season, we have a red cap that says, "Made you look, LOL," right in the white Times New Roman font right on there on the front. I wanted to put like a Skullstone logo on the side, but the website we go through for our merch, that's not available as an option for now. But yeah, come get your politically neutral red hat caps today at thescaldstone.com under the Scaldstone shop. Thank you. Any other announcements, Jordan?
There's a cat in the other room.
All right. Should I take care of it?
I kind of think you should.
Okay, can you take care of it?
Sure.
Yay, I don't like walking across the screen because I look 500 pounds. So we're gonna watch.
Dog, I am 500.
Yeah, but like if you go straight that way, you're off camera. So yeah. On the road again. So another announcement. Oh, hi, Kat. Can you go straight upstairs, baby girl? Is that an option?
Maybe.
Please, thanks. Yep, the door's that way. Mm-hmm. Excuse yourself. Crazy cat. Sorry. I do love cats, and no, I was not physically harming the cat. It was done hanging out in that room, I guess, but yeah. Oh my goodness, Jordan just moved the entire camera.
I did.
Yeah, you moved the floor underneath it. It's fine. It's fine. Don't mess with it. It's all right. They could still get us in it. We're still in the shot. But anyways, yes, a very, 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 very important announcement to me is we have the third installment of Unfadable on the horizons. I don't even know how you made that sound. But yeah, we were going to have JT Energy as a guest on... We were going to have JT Energy as a guest on the Too Many Words podcast, but through talks with JT Energy, it seems like he's expecting something more of a interview series format. So, you know, if he wants a professional interview with a little bit of fun in it, of course, that's exactly what he's going to get. So it will not be on the Too Many Words podcast series, JT Energy guesting, but JT Energy will be the third installment of the Unfadable podcast. Him and I plan to meet on the 1st of March. And so that is exactly what we will do. And yeah, sometime in March, you will get that episode.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. March is going to be a really awesome month, too, because if I can do that and then get in connections with Swerve as well, and then get in connections with Matt Cardona as well, the little pro wrestling boy in me is going to shed a tear. But yeah, all roads lead to pro wrestling in the Unfadable podcast in a certain way. With that said, just, yeah, be excited for it, because I am. Jordan is. Speaking of Jordan, have we made the announcement for you yet?
The what announcement? What's
New Wednesday? Jordan is kicking off his very own personal podcast series himself, where he delivers you toy-related news, and if he's got some new stuff on his hand, he will talk about it right then and there as well.
I want to talk about some of your new stuff at some point too. Like I definitely want to bring up
the ladder match.
The ladder match.
You can definitely steal it when we go home tonight.
I think you also want me to do that so you can play with it.
Sure. Yeah, I'll play with it at Jeezy's. There's no kids to mess with it.
Exactly.
Anyways, with that said, we're getting a little off topic. But yes, Jordan plans to have a monthly podcast. It's going to be a little bit more organized than mine because technically Unfadeable comes out whenever I can get a guest to be on Unfadeable.
This first episode was very ill-prepared, but I want to write a script for it, or at least an actual guideline to follow.
The pilot is very casual, but
Yes.
with that said, as all of us get rolling with our podcasts, it will be just as prepared and blocked and professional as the Too Many Words podcast, which, on the outside looking in, isn't a very professional podcast. But also,
I think from the outside,
it is the
looking in,
most...
It's more professional looking than we believe it to be.
Oh, maybe.
Because honestly, the way we do our segments is great.
Yeah.
Ice Cream Sunday doesn't do stuff like that.
Yeah. But yeah, eventually we'll be running a tight ship on our own respective podcasts.
Yeah!
This is not any way of us breaking up as Too Many Words podcast.
No, we're just
But
branching
we're
out.
just branching out under that Scald Stone podcast tree, and it's just looking absolutely amazing because this year we will be adding yet another podcast, a faith-based podcast, the first faith-based podcast under the Scald Stone tree, which is Love Pastor Debbie, a.k.a. Nana. So,
Yes, sir.
yeah, another shout out to Nana. Just really want to ramp up all of these podcasts separate to us. And, yeah, enough rambling about all of that. Let's
December this year we'll be launching the gaming content.
Oh, yeah, just such a big year coming
Yeah.
up for us. It's
For Scald Stone Productions, I think it's going to be huge. That's why we didn't really talk about it much. But we're gonna be at Des Moines Con. That's something we have talked about. But I don't know if we decided firmly whether or not we're gonna be Scald Stone Productions or Too Many Words.
Oh, representing
Yeah.
who we are at those conventions?
Yeah.
This is what I'm thinking. There's these $30, $50 stands
Yeah.
that are little pop-up
Yeah.
posters.
Yeah.
We will be representing Scald Stone Productions, but have pop-up posters of our podcasts.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah.
I like being there as Scald Stone because that means we can promote everything we do under Scald Stone.
Everything.
And I think that's a really big part of going to these conventions and stuff, is being able to promote everything we do.
Yes. With that said, we have quite a few new Instagram followers.
What do you mean quite? Really?
Yes.
Is that more than 3?
Yes.
Wow!
Yes. We
haven't had more than 3 in a while.
I have been slacking lately because I've been just lost in the notifications for Instagram on who has been following us lately. I need to start writing them down again because we're apparently getting a little bit more popular on
This is true.
who's
We're at
picking
almost-
us up on Instagram.
We're at almost... actually, I'm not going to say it. Never mind.
With that said, we have at Stewie today. His name is Lawrence Stewart. I went to high school with him. Thank you, Lawrence, for following the podcast. At Noah With, you know him, the guy from last week, following us on the podcast. At Too Many Words Podcast on Instagram. At Dustin Starr with 2 R's. 1388 started following the podcast. Thank you, Dustin Starr. And we have Ray Yule following the podcast on Instagram.
Look at that.
Wow. Thank you, Ray, for following the podcast on Instagram. And then finally we have another friend of mine from high school, Noah Iwig. Thank
Yes,
you,
sir.
Noah Iwig, for following the podcast on Instagram. Now, if I have definitely missed you reading, because I know I have the last couple weeks because it's just not been great keeping track, feel free to unfollow and then follow back so that your name's right back at the top. For me, I recommend your best chance of me seeing it and not getting lost in the notifications, follow us on a Sunday. Follow us on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeet.
That makes sense, actually.
So, yeah, it doesn't matter which Sunday, any Sunday, we'll kick it off, okay? So, thank you to any and all people who have followed
139
us.
followers. We've lost a few then, haven't we?
I don't know. We've been stuck in the 130s for a bit. But, we lose followers, we gain followers. If we keep too much track of it, we're going to lose our minds. But thank you for everybody that is here participating in who we are trying to be socially on media and stuff like that. Because, you know, as much as I hate to be the people or the person that relies on numbers, we're a podcast. So,
All right, now it's time for the word of the week.
what's the word of the week, Jordan?
The word of the week is ineffable.
Excuse me, is that what you are?
Yeah. No, ineffable. Too great or extreme to be expressed or described in words.
You're doing a really good job with the word of the week.
Well, I downloaded an app for it, so
Ah,
it helps
nice.
me. It'll be great. It'll be great.
That will be nice.
Um,
Can we go
so
over
I
that?
can use it
Ineffable.
The ineffable beauty of the sunset left them speechless.
And define that again?
Too great or extreme to be expressed or described in words.
Wow. Okay. Oh, okay. Hannah, my love for you is ineffable.
Ineffable.
Yeah. Sweet. So, Jordan, what you learned this week?
What did I learn?
Let's get right into it.
So, there was something.
I can go
You
first.
told me to write it down too.
I did.
I don't
You know
remember
what's
what
funny
it was.
is I completely forgot what I told you to write down as well.
Yeah, I think I did write it
Did
down.
you write it down?
That's fine. Go
Let's
go
see
over
if you
yours.
wrote
I'm
it down.
gonna go over yours. I'm gonna see if I
right.
got mine wrote down.
So, this week I've been learning a lot about presidents. You know how social media is. You like one post about something, it's going to give you 10 and a half extra posts about that same exact subject because that's what social media algorithms are. You know, I was just scrolling on Reddit and the presidents, r/presidents community came across my page. Now, I used to be, if anybody used to know me as a child, not like a middle schooler or a high schooler, but like a child, especially my grandparents, they'll tell you, I was so fascinated with U.S. presidents. And so I was like, I'd love to be part of this community. And so I jumped in. I jumped right in. And something that I have learned was that President George Washington had a horrible relationship with his mother. His mom did not like him growing up.
Nice.
At all, actually.
Nice.
And it's kind of like a bummer to think about because George Washington is a part reason why we have America, a part in the Revolutionary War, you know, and to this day, not just one of the most famous presidents, but one of the most famous people of all time. And so, yeah, if that doesn't make a mom proud, I don't know what does. But yeah, George Washington, bad relationship with his mom.
George Washington's mom was probably British.
Yeah, she was probably a Brit and very proud of it. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? You seceded from my country. But with that said, I think that's a great perspective for us to start appreciating how our mothers are, because you know, we know both of our moms. They get on our nerves sometimes, but at least they're a little bit proud of this podcast.
Yeah.
Which is not even like a fraction of a fraction compared to what George Washington did. So
Yeah.
yeah. Jordan, what you learned this week, baby?
I learned about plantar fasciitis. Fasciitis. Yeah.
Did you learn how to say it?
No. I might have that. I don't know. That's one of the things I'm going to get checked out by the doctor when I eventually go.
Excuse me? You have it?
Might. I'm not diagnosed.
What is it?
So it's this sharp pain in your feet, specifically in the heel region. It feels like there's a knife like inside of it,
Jordan's Achilles.
and it's like stabbing you. Not the back of the heel, like the bottom of the heel.
Oh, I was just calling you a Greek god warrior.
But like it particularly happens in the morning when you first wake up, and it's due to like it can be caused by multiple things. Overweight, obesity.
What?
It can be caused by
But Jordan, you're not fat.
It can be caused by like working on your feet all day constantly. And there was one other thing. I don't remember what it was. Anyways, yeah. So that's when my feet hurt.
All right, so you gonna get a doctor's note to be in a wheelchair at work?
No, I just might have to take pain meds for it or something. I don't know.
But Jordan, you're not fat.
I didn't say it was.
Jordan, you're not fat.
No, it's because I work.
Stop.
Because I work on my feet.
Stop being skinny. Okay. Moving on. Is it time to get those lips wet? Man, these segments get a little bit shorter when we got time gone.
Did we do? We did. What did we learn? Did we do side quests yet?
Side quest is always after getting them lips wet.
Okay, let's do get them lips wet.
So last week. Oh shoot. Yeah. So. Sorry, it gets really confusing. Earlier in the episode, I did say that Noah With was our guest from last week, but no, last week is our guest, the awesome Austin Meggers. Due to scheduling purposes, we get a little confused
I didn't
sometimes.
even notice you said that, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So,
that was the episode that just came out.
but because of last week, we
why I
did
said
try the first of a series of coconut water. 1 second, I have a sneeze coming. Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, last week we tried the pineapple flavored coconut, and that was very splendid in my opinion.
It was splendid in my opinion too.
And it's called the Cocoa 5. I don't think we read the actual name brand last week,
Yeah.
but Cocoa 5. I found these for a discount on the shelf at Whole Foods. I was like, it's cheap. Why not? And so we have, this is the normal coconut of the coconut water series. And yeah. Next week we will be trying the lime coconut.
Put the lime in the
Drink.
coconut and you shake it all up.
Yeah. We've had lime coconut before on the podcast.
Yeah, that was an experience.
That was vitamin water. And so next week, I guess we'll find out which is a better brand for coconut lime purposes. With that said, here's to hydration and electrolytes.
I want to try the new Ghost drinks as well on the podcast.
Oh, the energy drinks?
No, they're like sports drinks like this kind of.
Oh, okay. Cool. So it's got like almost this fogginess to it because I guess
It's just coconut water.
And
it looked like I just drank it. I almost did. I did not.
Shout out to the Raiders not losing in the Super Bowl.
They didn't lose because they were never there.
Define never.
Technically, they won actually.
Because they made billions and billions of dollars this past weekend. We're going to talk about the Super Bowl tonight.
That's wild. They definitely won. They won.
But yeah, I'm trying to find every positive perspective on the Chiefs winning this year. But you know what? I'll get over it. It happens every year. It's football. You know, if you have a 1 in 32 chance of actually achieving your dreams. So, yeah. With that said,
I'm going to state it right now.
how do we feel about this coconut water?
This is the greatest coconut water I've ever had.
Honestly?
With that said, this is a 4 out of 10.
I've had plenty of coconut water, and I honestly feel like it comes down to my mood. Because
5 out of 10.
There's been times I forgot the OG coconut water brand, but it comes like in that that carton
box, yeah.
Yeah, that little
milk
box
carton thing, yeah.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I've had that 2 different times in my life because I was feeling adventurous.
Both
Actually,
times.
multiple times. I don't exactly know. It doesn't really matter.
I
But
know
there's
why
been
these were on
times.
discount.
There's been times where coconut water has just been god awful to me.
That's an expiration date. I'll tell you what. It's not on the cap. If you want to see it,
What's the expiration date? A reminder that it is the day after the Super Bowl, February 12th. Best by November 20th, 2023. Or no, November 27th. Okay. Oh boy, oh boy.
I'm sure it's fine. I'm not worried about it in the slightest. I just thought it'd be funny to say.
Anyways, I love this coconut water. It's
This is
smooth.
great.
It's not too sour. I've had sour coconut
fine.
water, which is strange because of how much it's been expired, but I don't know.
I'm curious
Finally aged coconut water?
if
Is
they
that a thing?
added like flavoring to it, because normal coconut water does not taste like this. Well, they added cane sugar. That might help it.
It is only good in like sips. You know, like that bar language where it's like, oh, this is good when you sip it. This
Yeah.
is a good sipper. You know,
Yeah,
this
it's
is a good
sipper.
sipper.
Of
There we
I
go,
know what you
drinking
mean by
stuff at
that.
the same time.
All right.
But
Get
yeah.
them lips wet. It's done.
Is it though?
Well, I rated
I'll
it
say, just as a sipper,
5 out of
this
10.
is one of the best coconut waters you'll ever have. Honestly, it's really good. Go give Cocoa 5 a chance. The fact that it was on discount,
Probably
I mean,
just because it was expired.
maybe just because it was on expired. But if they are by chance, a failing company, please don't let them be failing, because
Again, this is the best coconut
I would
water I've
enjoy
ever
this
had.
again. I would definitely enjoy this again. I'll give this.
That pineapple one was definitely really good.
Is it better than the pineapple one?
No, it's not.
No. Okay.
No, not for me at least.
7 out of 10.
Like I
when
said.
you sip it, when you take bigger drinks, it's 5 out of 10. Still very tolerable. Jordan's making all kinds of noises on the podcast because he's mutilating. Here, can you put the bottle cap back on then? If you're gonna just abuse it like that, we don't need any spillage on the podcast.
Really?
No spillage.
No spillage.
We don't need spillage.
Not even a glass bottle spilling all over the floor.
That's not a spill. That's a crash.
This man.
We like to go big here on the Too Many Words podcast,
No, we don't.
and spillage is going small. So you could spray it,
All right. Cocoa 5. 5 out of 10.
Cocoa 5 is a 5. I give it a 7 on sips. So 6 out of 10 overall. Good job, Cocoa 5. That has been the Get Your Lips Wet segment.
Next is hot take.
Hot take.
Yeah.
That's right. That's definitely a new thing still.
Yeah.
All right.
That's why I wrote down all of our segments.
I got to update my notes too.
Mine's like a checklist. I gotta click the little
So,
check once we do it.
for those of you who are curious about this hot takes box, we don't actually ever play the real game, but these cards are really good conversation starters. With that said, we do have an episode of us doing hot takes in a backlog. So the next time we can't make it happen in a real-time recording, we will be releasing the backlog of a whole episode where we do hot takes.
Actually, eventually, that's not. We have a backlog that comes before that one. So.
Oh, eventually. Okay, so eventually there will be a whole episode of doing hot takes. In the meantime, if this is a new segment that you really love, really like, you're gonna love the whole episode when it eventually comes out. Whenever.
All right.
With that said, employees should be allowed to choose to work from home at least once a week.
I mean, that definitely depends on the job.
Yeah, I don't really like this one, but
That's like
that's the one that
super-
we picked. So
Super situational. Like,
yeah,
I don't know if
I could do that, but Jordan could not.
Yeah.
Like, I work at a radio station.
People just come to my house for telling me.
Jordan could not set up shop at his house. Jeezy, his landlord, be like, "What the heck is going on, man?" They're knocking on my door, being like, "What's with the cheese, man?"
That's a terrible impression of him, but okay.
You got like little Hy-Vee posters on the front window.
It's great.
Oh man, yeah. Is there any way you could get away with that?
No.
No, not at all.
Unless I worked in like the HST or just maybe even accounting, maybe. But
Yeah, I mean, if they had you in charge of scheduling again, maybe.
I was never doing it in the first place. So.
I mean, you were learning.
Yeah.
But employees should be allowed to choose to work from home at least once a week. I believe that is true if the circumstances are rational and necessary.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it. I mean, I by no means do I think that like that should be a requirement that someone needs. But like, yeah,
I mean,
if you can, why not?
I've worked from home for my radio station recently. Like the last time I got snowed in, I didn't feel like shoveling. It's like, all right, let's record my show, send it in, boom.
All right.
But yeah, honestly, when it comes to like radio, people can work from home almost
Specifically
whenever they
radio.
want. Not whenever they want, but like, yeah, it's like, hey, I felt like doing this at home today. So, yeah. Such a hot take. It's colder than this drink.
All right. Side quests.
Side quests.
You got anything that you've been doing? You got going on? Or
Got a thing that I've been doing or going on. Jordan,
yeah.
wrestling social media is just so toxic.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah.
It's absolutely insane when we got the whole road to WrestleMania 40 talk going on. Okay, so like if you're not into pro wrestling, you might want to skip this, but we'll try to make it interesting like we always do on the Too Many Words podcast. Cody Rhodes is a beloved wrestler right now. He is the biggest good guy in wrestling across all pro wrestling currently, besides maybe John Cena. But we're talking about full-time guys, so not John Cena. He was expected to face Roman Reigns once he won the Royal Rumble. But then The Rock showed up. And, I don't know, creative was like, oh, we got to have The Rock finally face Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief versus the High Chief for the WrestleMania XL40, yeah! And then everybody hated that. Because it's like Cody, what happened to Cody? Because you gotta do this, and then so like the big debate is like should Roman Reigns face Cody Rhodes or The Rock at WrestleMania 40, and it got cleared up real quick at the kickoff press conference, and Cody is officially facing Roman Reigns, but between then and The Rock's first appearance of all of this starting, it was so hectic on social media. Like, it was so bad. Like, people are just full Rock or full Cody. Like, you can't like both. Like, it's so ridiculous. Like,
Yeah,
how
I
do
just
these people have
don't really
multiple
like The
children?
Rock
Do
in
you
general,
hate your
so.
one daughter because you already decided to love your son? Is that how it's going to work? That's not how that works, okay? You could love both of these wrestlers for who they is, okay? People
Like I
are so
said,
territorial.
I don't really like The Rock, but
People have grown to not like The Rock. There was this one article written by someone who is not a wrestling fan, but just some sort of douche canoe online. I don't even know who wrote it, but there was an article written about Dwayne The Rock Johnson saying, hey, he got booed at this press conference because he hasn't coughed up any money for the Maui situation in Hawaii, the fires. You know what I'm talking about, Jordan?
yeah.
Okay. And The Rock said, I don't really respond to stuff like this, but this is absolutely bullcrap and made up, because The Rock was actually I love it when like wrestlers get pissed at non-wrestling fans, because these non-wrestling fans absolutely have no idea what they're talking about.
Yep.
The Rock's like, I am playing a bad guy on WWE right now. I am going to get booed from the crowd. It has nothing to do with the Maui fires, but if you were curious, I have provided and helped raise $50 million for the Maui fires. So, with that said, inside and outside the wrestling world, if you were concerned about, I don't know, The Rock's word, $50 million is pretty nice. I could not raise $500,000 to save my life. So, why are you deciding to play with this right now?
Because he looks cool.
My friend Jordan just grabbed a Ninja Turtle off the top
Not
of the
just
Entertainer
any
Center.
Ninja Turtle.
It's the last Ronin.
It's the last Ronin.
Yeah, but like if you're a casual Turtles fan, what's the difference? They're like, last Ronin what? What is this? What are we talking about? Anyways, well, Jordan is bored because I'm talking about pro wrestling.
No, I'm not bored. I saw him and I was like, wait a second, I haven't really touched this thing since he got him.
Anyways, under a post where The Rock does clear that up, this random person under the post was like, oh, it's all these Cody crybabies finding any reason to hate on Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And I'm like, hey, man, do you just, like, want to stop with, like, the hate? It's very weird that you're blaming people who are a fan of Cody Rhodes. Like, honest to God, balls to the wall. It's nothing that I haven't already said before. Just people who are full Cody or full Rock have been just not acting appropriately, and it's absolutely ridiculous.
Not appropriately. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, yeah.
Because Cody's fans, some of Cody's fans, have sent The Rock's daughter death threats.
Yeah.
So much so that she has deleted her Twitter. That is absolutely ridiculous. But then also, I've been getting a lot of flack because I prefer, Cody face Roman at WrestleMania. And so, I've stated my thoughts online, and I've gotten attacked by a bunch of old people who love The Rock. So many old people will die for The Rock. It's ridiculous.
I mean, I don't know.
What? Tell me.
The Rock was like the guy in wrestling, like even when I was growing up. But like over the past few years, as I've known him as an actor, I've kind of lost quite a bit of respect for him because he's kind of a douche. But
I did not say that.
I did.
Jordan said that.
I did.
We're not talking bad about one of the most powerful men in the world, but
Shh. You mean powerful in what sense?
Pull.
Okay. I'd say
leverage.
He's the most powerful in the fact that he giga strong.
I saw him on an ATM ad one time.
Yeah.
Dude's everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
So is Shaq.
The Rock has more followers than Kim Kardashian and Beyonce.
Nice.
Yeah.
What about Shaq?
No, well, we could check now.
I'd say Shaq's been in more things than The Rock ever will be, but that's mostly just because it's Shaq. I mean, that's kind of the thing he does.
The Rock has how many Instagram followers? 396 mil.
Shaq was in a movie that did not perform well.
34 million.
Look at that.
That's quite the difference.
That is quite the difference.
With that said, it's just the worst part about pro wrestling sometimes is the other fans. But it's not just pro wrestling. The worst part about football is the other fans. The worst part about basketball, hockey, dance, I don't know,
Dance.
fandoms of any kind.
Revolution.
The fans will never get along amongst each other. I don't know. Give me a fandom where everybody gets along all the time.
The Swifties.
Honestly, you might be right. With that said, Yeah, this guy was like, yeah, but the Cody fans have like sent death threats to his daughter and stuff. Like, this is definitely Cody fans being like baloney about the Maui situation. And I'm like, the Maui situation is way bigger than
Completely unrelated.
way bigger than who Roman's facing at WrestleMania.
Exactly.
Like, the Maui situation is outside of the wrestling world. It's more of a political thing. It's something that's seen by not just wrestling fans, okay? This is something that has no bias, maybe even written by someone who doesn't even know Cody Rhodes. With that said, you can't even say anything nice about Cody Rhodes online. You can't even say anything nice about The Rock sometimes online without someone saying, "Oh, he sucks. The Rock's much better," or "He sucks. Cody Rhodes is much better." And I don't know. I might be just going off on a tangent, but
That's fine.
going to my other side quest, I had a thought, and my pastor says it's dangerous for me to do that, but I do it anyways. I did some thinking. And I just had like this shower type thought, right? Where it's like, you know the old adage of cats always land on their feet?
Yeah.
It makes you wonder what the heck that guy was doing to the cat to discover that.
This is a side quest?
Yeah,
Okay.
because we got to think about this.
Why?
What the heck was that guy doing to the cat?
I don't think he was doing anything. Cats just land on their feet. When they jump, they land on their feet.
Yeah, how did people discover that?
Cats jump a lot.
Yeah?
They fall off of things.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
I'd like to think
There's
that there's a
thousands,
situation...
Millions
I'd
of
like to
cat
think-
videos on the internet of them just falling off things.
I'd like to think that there was a situation where Isaac Newton went to the top of the tallest building in town. And
and
just
just
dropped,
threw a cat.
not just one cat.
Fly.
He dropped 900 cats off the top of the building.
900 cats.
Just to be sure that they all landed on their feet. I'd like to think of that. But then there's also this other thought. Jordan,
Yeah.
what are you doing on your phone?
Trying to re-enter my password for this thing.
What thing?
My mail.
What are you doing your mail for?
What's new Wednesday?
What's
Google tried deleting my email account that I made for What's New Wednesday the day after I made it because they thought it was fake.
that sucks. But hey, you want to hear a similar thought?
Sure.
When they discovered milk, what the heck was that guy doing to the cow?
That one's iffy.
That one is iffy. Because you really got to try to get milk out of a cow. With that said, Jordan, Valentine's Day is coming up. You doing anything?
No.
Why?
I got no one to do it with.
I talked about Valentine's Day on the radio. I said, hey, I got some tips for you coming from one person to another who has been single on Valentine's Day.
I'm sorry.
Jordan, you want to know the secret?
Sure.
Well, first and foremost, I talked about, hey, if you have a relationship with God, you can glorify that. If you have a relationship with any other faith that you are adjusted with, you have that. Okay, you can glorify and celebrate that relationship that you have on Valentine's Day. With that said,
I'll probably just give my favorite Transformer a nice big hug.
with that said, it's also important to surround yourself with your friends. If you got other single friends, which we do, you can go hang out. Okay? I don't know what you're going to do because football season's over. Catch a hockey game. How about that? Catch a dang hockey game.
Las Vegas Golden Knights.
Yes, go watch a Vegas Golden Knights game for Valentine's Day. I don't even know if they're playing. Jordan, stop freaking giving that bottle an autopsy.
No.
Okay. Anyways. And last thing is to love yourself, baby girl. Okay? Be good to yourself. Don't feel any less of yourself on Valentine's Day.
I'm in love with myself.
I mean, this episode's going to come in way after Valentine's Day. But, you know, if you didn't do anything for yourself on Valentine's Day, do something for yourself today, okay? Buy yourself a box of chocolates. They're going to be on discount, Uber discount by the time you're listening to this. So, there you go, thinking out loud again. Jordan, I'm going to take that bottle away from you.
It's got my drink in it.
Give me it.
It's got my drink in it.
Give me it.
I can't. It's got my drink in it.
Nope. Drink. Chug, 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 chug. Still a 5?
You said yourself it's sipping worthy.
It is sipping worthy, but
Here, you can have.
you know what else is worthy? Me.
Your D&D character. And your Soul Calibur character.
Yes, sir. And me, my gamer tag.
Yes.
Worthy to see baby girl. Oh! With that said, Jordan, you got any side quests?
I do not, actually.
You don't have any side quests.
I mean, my only side quest would be What's New Wednesday.
Okay. Buy yourself a box of chocolates. Okay? Thanks. Go ahead.
Fancers is next.
We have Fancers next.
Yeah.
After side quest or before side quests?
After. We're done with side quests.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, dude. See, this is what happened last time when it was just the two of us. We were tired last time. It was just the two of us.
I mean, I drank a bunch of coffee right before we started recording, so I was really tired.
And I
then all
felt
of a sudden,
tired
no, I'm not.
right before doing this. And we're just pretending to be lively, a little bit more lively than
I
the
feel all
last
right
time.
right now, honestly.
And
This is gonna help.
and I'm stupid, okay? Don't ask me what 2 + 2 is right now, okay? I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm all right.
Fancers.
Fancers.
What do we got?
What did we ask last week?
I don't know.
What makes you happy? That's right. We have answers on all 3 Facebook page platforms.
That is absolutely right. We got so many answers on this one.
I'm going to read my page first, then you're going to read the Too Many Words answers, and then I have a few on the Scaldstone page too.
Oh, I have some on my page. I thought
Really?
that's what you were talking about.
Okay, let's read ones from our pages, and then I'll read one from Scaldstone. You'll read them from Too Many Words. So we have a total of 4 different pages to read.
Honestly, I completely forgot you shared it on the Scaldstone one.
Dude, this is a really good one. I am so happy that we asked such a simple one. It's so cute to hear what people have to say for what makes them happy. Jordan, what makes you happy?
Transformers.
What makes me happy? My faith. How I can land on them whenever I need to. What makes me happy? My job. What makes me happy? Pro wrestling. What makes me happy? My girlfriend. And my nephew. My nephew's awesome.
Let's sell him.
Shout out to Tyrion. No, Andy said no.
What?
Andy did not want my nephew.
Oh.
Remember? Anyways, going off of my Facebook page of simple question for my friends. What makes you happy? Deb Baker Belcher, weekends, LOL. Jennifer Lingelbach kicks, my family, reading, my job, not being married to my ex, wonderful. Robert Kramer, God. Deb Baker Belcher also says, my family makes me happy. Connie Ridgway, accomplishing a task, painting a room, mowing a yard, seeing a job done, and the beauty of it. Kimberly Smith says, family. Evan Wicke says, wrestling, comic books, video
This
games,
is on your personal
dogs. Yes.
Jeez, you
And-
got a lot on your personal.
Yeah. Evan Wicke lastly says, oh, and the Too Many Words podcast.
Hee
Yes, actually, he's going to be our next guest coming week, so be ready for that. Lots of pro wrestling and comics and video games to be talking about. So, Andrew Reeves Syme, the guy that's sick from work today.
What a loser.
My family. Yes, my friends are also my family.
Loser.
He just said that we make them. He just said that we make him happy.
I try.
Yeah. Okay. My great grandmother, Kay Todd. She says, Isaac, you make me happy. And I said, love you, Grandma. She didn't say love you too, so she must not. Anyways. Lexi Lingelbach, my family, my friends, my YouTube channel, art, gaming, reading, and writing. Mike Baker smiles, and he sent a picture of his dog smiling. So cute. Natalie Bensley Ramirez, Pickles, and Matthew Gray Goobler.
You know what? Pickles won. That's a good answer.
Hannah would also say Pickles.
Pickles are great.
And lastly, on my Facebook page, Angie Balmer says, rainbows, hugs, and my kids being happy.
Oh!
All right, Jordan, what do you got on your page, baby?
All right. First one on my personal page is Dusty Zebert, Sunshine and Flowers. Paris Morgan Danger Knox, the smell of wet dirt, fresh cut grass, or lilac blooms, but also chocolate and naps.
Wonderful.
Dustin McGuire, watching the homies grow. Patricia, I'm sorry, Patty, if you ever see this, I do not know how to pronounce your last name.
I want to see it. Let me see it. Patricia what?
Mrzena.
Damn. Mr. Zena.
Yeah. She
Sorry.
says peace of mind with some heart emojis. Princess Emily. She says music. Friends sharing their or Pat Bishop Schultz. I don't actually know how to pronounce her last name either. Friends sharing their life with me on Facebook. And then Sydney Porter, Isaac's sister. She goes by many names. My kids.
Wonderful. Adventures of a Slow Goth Runner. That's a Facebook page. Also, Andy's wife. Shout out to Andy Goodman. Shoot, I'm blanking here. Dwarven Workshop. Anyways, she says running. Running makes her happy.
That's a crazy person.
Wendy Stout. Sun, friends, dogs, and water. She's not crazy. I used to love biking.
Biking's not running.
True.
True.
Running is different. Definitely
it's
different.
It's a proven fact that if you enjoy running, you're a psychopath.
Avery Tidwell. The sun.
No offense.
The sun, moon, and stars. Sunrise and sunset. The moon in the night sky and the stars around it when you aren't close to city skies. She says in her own reply, Avery Tidwell states, while I'm ranting on it, the giggle of children, the light in their eyes when they see someone that they love or trust, their optimism because the world hasn't shown them differently. Pets when you come home from a long day. Going to a local grocery store and being the main character while you pick out fruits and veggies and meats for meals. Driving and watching people walk their dogs or clean their yards or out with their kids. I'll be honest, Avery, you surprised me. Watching you on Facebook, with how you post things, I thought you hated a lot of things, to be really honest.
See, I know Avery. She's actually one of my friends. I don't know how Isaac knows her.
She's only been sweet to me. So she's not
She's
shown
a
me
great
any
person.
differently.
She's a wonderful person. Amazing person, even. But she does hate a lot of things, yes.
Does she?
But I guess she also loves a lot of things, which
She
is pretty
did
awesome.
have quite a few answers for the pet peeves answers a while back.
Yep. It's weird that you keep getting answers on your stuff that are just my friends.
I'm a likable guy when they don't know me. When people don't know me too much, they love me.
True. This is a very big true statement.
Oh, man. My Nana, shout out to Nana. I like traveling and seeing the beautiful world God created.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Josh Carlberg. Watching the Chiefs lose. Oh, he must be in shambles.
That was, I actually read that one aloud to Sydney because I saw that one pop up on my Facebook feed, and I audibly laughed. That was funny.
All right, well, we got on the actual Too Many Words Facebook page.
We only have one.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Debbie Lingelbach. She says, on Isaac's post, I stated that travel makes me happy. However, this podcast makes me really happy too. Love you all, Nana.
That is just so wild. How it's a Too Many Words segment, and we get the least amount of answers on the Too Many Words Facebook page. Man, that Facebook algorithm hates us.
That's okay. We have our personal accounts to fix that.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, yeah. it all started on my Facebook page, asking those questions. So
Yep.
keep it rolling. Into the meat and potatoes of this episode. You know what you clicked on. You know what we're talking about. We are reflecting on what
forgot.
was. Well, I'm about to tell you.
That was the joke.
We are reflecting and going over what was.
I forgot. Super Bowl something.
Oh, you don't even know what Super Bowl it is.
I actually do not.
It's
like,
okay.
isn't
I googled
like
it 2 days
something?
ago. Super Bowl 58.
58. I thought we were like in the 40s.
No, baby girl. Oh my goodness. Remember? Okay, so how I do it is, they went big for when they hit Super Bowl 50. That was
one
the
was that?
Panthers versus the Broncos.
Panthers versus Broncos. That sounds like an interesting game.
Yeah, because usually they go. It was a horrible game. It was such a boring game. Okay, you had the best defense versus the best offense, and that is a formula for boring football game, apparently. With that said, Super Bowl 50 was different because every Super Bowl you have Roman numerals for their logo.
You know.
Super Bowl 50, they just did a big 5-0. And that's how I remember it.
Stupid.
Yeah, it's whatever. But yeah, Super Bowl 58, and we're also going to talk about the cool party that we threw a little bit, if it's needed. But, I mean, we just threw it here in the studio. It's really nice when we have people who don't, need to come here regularly, to come check out how far the basement / the studio has come.
I showed up really late, so I don't know what anyone's reactions were like when they came down here. But, like, I'm hoping you'll elaborate on that.
Well, it wasn't anything big like, whoa, this is crazy. I also had, like, all the lights off because I was still getting ready. You want to hear a first real reaction? Oh, it's dark in here.
Was that Mason?
No, it was like Soren and Eli.
Oh, shit.
And so I grabbed this box light, throw it straight
Miranda
at the
made a
ceiling.
comment about that. She said she liked it.
Liked it?
Yeah, she thought it was funny.
Well, it's because I did not want that light on, and I did not want that light on, because we were having right behind Jordan is a lovely 90s style entertainment center and TV and retro game consoles, but above him, which you may see, I don't know, is a projector.
Projector screen.
A projector
Projector's
screen.
over
Yeah,
there.
projector's over there, obviously. But yeah, a projector screen that rolls down, and it's one of my favorite features of the basement, easily. And we were watching it for the Super Bowl. With that said, if you have that light on, or if you have that light on, it kind of fades the screen a little bit. So I needed to figure out because like over there on the guest side of the podcast, yeah, you can
It gets
see us
dark.
but without the box lights, it's pretty dark. So, with that said, I just grabbed a box light, threw it straight at the ceiling, and kind of overcasted, and it was pretty chill.
It was nice. It was.
I
Really,
do
it
own a
worked
lamp,
well.
and it's in my mom's room, and so I think I might steal that, throw it in the corner. That would be cute.
We're gonna need to. Like, if Hannah's gonna take that desk back, what are we gonna put there?
I'm going to shift those shelves where the desk is, and maybe have more storage shelving units over there as well, because no matter...
Something just spoke.
Something did just speak. What speaks?
I have no idea. What was
It wasn't your phone? Was it your watch?
I don't think so. Maybe.
Something was talking.
I guess we'll have to worry about that.
I guess
in the
Hannah is
playback.
right. This house is haunted. But I hope it's not does the camera talk?
No.
No? So it's not saying, oh, I'm almost dead?
No.
Okay, great.
It doesn't talk.
Great. Okay, cool. That was weird. What? Oh, sure. With that said, I have already all of it planned out for when Hannah takes the desk under the stairs. Until we get flags or some sort of tarp to go underneath the stairs, there is no business for us to throw a couch underneath it, because we're just going to have to clean that all the time. Yeah, like, sure, I already hate having to clean the
That's what I'm
shelves
saying. Just take some
because it
cheap-
gets dusty.
Cheap particle
But-
board or something. Just
Yeah,
screw it up.
there's just dust and flake and crumb buildup just, from a home being a home and it being underneath, I don't know, a not finished basement, stuff's going to fall when you use the stairs or anything around the stairs or just anything above us, really. But mostly it's bad over there. But, we got duct tape. We've fixed the biggest issues. But, yeah, again, with that said, I'd love to move the shelving unit over once the desk is gone. I know we're talking about things that the podcast fans have barely seen ever on the series.
Hey, if there's any guests that have been on the podcast that actually watched the podcast, this might be something they are interested about.
Yeah. So, we're trying to upgrade. In short, we're trying to upgrade the podcast studio in whatever way it may be. With that said, we're also still working on a second location. The way it sounds right now is that we'll probably shoot the podcast in another neutral location for, I don't know, guests that don't really know us very well, aren't really on the sporadic, colorful fandom side of things, but more on the business and promotional side of things where you might need a neutral site and don't need to see what my kitchen looks like.
That would, I mean, I guess for the aspect of having to go through a lived-in home, I guess that I can understand. But for coming to a well-decorated studio like that's something I would like.
Yeah, honestly, the basement, especially from a guest perspective, is going to be the coolest thing that you're going to be sitting.
Not just coolest, but it shows that these people care. That these people are serious and they're personalizing this whole thing. It's not you're not just going into some freaking recording room and be like, all right, this is it.
With that said, we have definitely gotten a lot of initial reactions, especially shout out to Kyle Peterson, the second guest of Unfadable series. He comes right down. He's like, oh, this is where all the magic happens, eh? Because you come down, it's a scene, you see the desk, you see the mics, you see the cameras, you see the decks, the decor. The decks. I said the decks.
That is not what you said. That is not what you said. That is not what you said. Make a promo.
I shortened the already shortened word of decor, and I said, you see the decks?
That's not what you said. I promise you, brother, that is not what you said. Oh my goodness. Well, if he said it, I'm going to say, you just see dicks all over the room. I'm sorry, that's just us, me and Isaac.
Oh my gosh, dude. Okay, well, anyways, yes, there is a lot of passion that has been oozed all over this basement.
I'm going to ooze wherever I want.
With that said, if there ever is a guest where we might be a little nervous about having them see the driveway or the front porch,
honestly,
or the living room, or
my
the kitchen.
biggest concern every time is the driveway.
You think so?
Absolutely.
My biggest concern is rooms that we have not touched because we need to get a dumpster.
The reason why it's the driveway is because, honestly, your mom and sister always come in clutch whenever we have someone of real notoriety.
Yeah.
They put in the work, and I am so appreciative of that. So appreciative of that.
Yeah. I hate telling guests, hey, you're going to have to park at the Walgreens down the street.
That's the worst thing. That's why, whenever we have a guest like that, I park at the Walgreens down the street.
Yeah. With that said, let's finally talk about the football game. Jordan, why were you late to the football game?
I had to work.
Why?
I didn't request the day off.
Why?
Because it's the Super Bowl. I would have gotten told no.
That is true. You are a very important man over there, huh?
Yeah.
They need you. They need you.
Especially right now.
Yeah. With that said, Jordan, I will take the bottle away from you. Thank you. For those of you listening, Jordan just threw trash across my studio, and I'm going to give him spankings.
He blends in with the rest of it. It's fine.
Hey, man. Okay. Yes, we are definitely experiencing post-Super Bowl clutter right now.
And actually, no, it looks fine. It looks fine.
Honestly, the smallest mess I've ever had to clean up after a Super Bowl party.
Yeah.
To be really
if you
honest.
remember last year,
Oh,
Isaac?
my
last
goodness.
year was awful.
Last year was awful. Previous years was really bad. I just got a few chip bags and a full trash can to deal with. And, maybe some podcast chairs are in the wrong spot. Maybe we have a little too many chairs that are from the storage room that are out here. But with that said, I do appreciate how little and how manageable this whole situation is. So, but yeah, it was an A+ Super Bowl party because I loved it. I didn't allow the game to bother me too much because whenever I have the full attention of a football game,
There was a moment where you got really sad, and you're like, I'm going to play video game, no?
I did get really sad, but that wasn't because of the football game. I was getting stressed because of the football game, but
Okay.
I am in this season where I just
Seasonal depression. It's a thing, my guy.
worry about what my girlfriend thinks a lot, way too much than I should. But I'll get over it. That's all unrelated stuff. That's not going to touch this podcast because out of the respect for my privacy and my relationship, because I don't really like talking about my relationship because everybody's expecting me to marry her next month, and I'm like, shut up. Okay? We're going to take things where we need to take it, and we don't need to talk about it ever again with you, especially
It's
you.
going to happen when it happens.
When it happens, okay? If it's a sure thing, it gonna happen. Anyways, let me stop talking about my trauma. First and foremost, before I say anything about the football game, Jordan, start clapping. Congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. You won the Super Bowl
Again.
58th edition. You're the first back-to-back champion since I think the 2003-2004 Patriots. This is officially a dynasty. When you win 3 or more rings within, I don't know, a certain
5
amount
years.
of time, 5 years, that is what I would consider a dynasty. So we're in the Patrick Mahomes dynasty. We are in the Kansas City Chiefs dynasty. The Andy Reid dynasty. Definitely not the Taylor Swift dynasty or Travis Kelce dynasty. Okay. They're just along for the ride. But with that said, congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. You finally have more Super Bowl rings than the Raiders. Took you long enough. Proud of you, little bros. Okay. Real recognize real. We get competitive as all heck in the AFC West. I will forever not like the Chiefs, but I will respect what they are doing. With that said, a lot of Chiefs fans are a little crazy out there, but as a Raiders fan, I am completely aware of how insane Raiders fans are too. So I will digress on that. Representing the AFC West, you're making us look good, so I thank you.
Hey, I think the Lions are gonna have an all right season this coming season, but I think the Raiders are gonna have a really good season.
I think there's a lot of parallels between the Lions and the Raiders,
Yeah,
and I think it would be the cutest little thing if we met in the Super Bowl.
that would be wild as frick. This is me trying, Isaac. I want you to understand that.
Oh man!
Just for you and just for Nana. Okay?
And Jesus Christ.
Jesus loves all of his children, no matter
Yeah,
what they
and he
speak.
encourages them to make good choices.
Okay. I'm just gonna agree
Not
to disagree on that
saying
one.
the F-bomb
Saying
is
that,
a bad choice.
I don't believe that, but all right.
I respect that. With that said, thank you for trying, sir. But yeah, Raiders versus Lions Super Bowl. Oh my goodness, you'd think hell froze over, man.
That would be one for the history books.
That
The game would probably be terrible, but like just the fact that it happened would be amazing.
Yeah, I would buy shirts that would have both of our logos on.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be so sick. That'd be sick. Would we see each other that day?
I mean, yeah.
We would have to make some sort of oath to not hurt each other.
I don't get angry
get
like
mad at
that,
each
though,
other.
dude. I don't get angry about football because I'm not really. I don't care that much. But,
Yeah, if you went and won the Super Bowl against the Raiders, I would just see you happy, and I'd be so mad that you've only been a football fan for like 4 seasons, and I've been wallowing in shame since 2011. And yeah,
But you also got to think, like, the Lions. Come on. They
deserve all the good things, but I think the Raiders deserve all the good things as well. With how many BS things that have happened in the last few seasons for the Raiders. Henry Ruggs, Derek Carr, John Gruden, just to name a few. Oh, my goodness. I don't want to talk about it. But, hey, what'd you think of the game, Jordan? Like, the game itself.
I barely paid attention to it. I didn't even know anything about the game until I got here after halftime.
I have to throw this out just because my dad's a Niners fan and I was pulling for the Niners. If it was not for that one bad play on special teams for the 49ers, we might be seeing a different champ.
I genuinely did believe that the 49ers were going to... I thought they had this in the bag, honestly. I did not think the Chiefs were going to pull it off at all. Just because the Chiefs had kind of a rocky season. Like, they had some good games, they had some really good games, and they also had some really bad games.
So I think what the deal is here, especially when it comes to teams that face the Chiefs, is the lack of experience in comparison to the Chiefs. Right now, Patrick Mahomes' resume as a starting quarterback in finishing a season, AFC Championship game, Super Bowl, AFC Championship game, Super Bowl, AFC Championship game, Super Bowl, and Super Bowl, okay? That's not 100% accurate, but that's he's never been cut short in the playoffs. Never missed an AFC Championship game at the least, okay? This Chiefs team, very experienced at the right positions. Jalen Hurts, the Philadelphia Eagles quarterback, he was new to this stuff, this postseason stuff, the last Super Bowl before this one. Brock Purdy, literally his second year as well. First full starting year. Yeah, inexperienced. So the trend continues when you actually do talk about Patrick Mahomes in facing Tom Brady. Patrick Mahomes never beat Tom Brady in the postseason.
No, we did not.
And so what needs to happen is that enough teams need to stay good enough to compete with Patrick Mahomes in the postseason. And apparently it's not the freaking Bills. The Bills are like 0-3 against the Chiefs. And
Hey, the Lions beat the Chiefs, though.
yeah, dude, I fully believe it would have been a different game if there was any other matchup from the Super Bowl. If the Chiefs faced the Lions, maybe the Lions we'd be celebrating the Lions. If the 49ers faced the Ravens, the Ravens did beat the 49ers, but the 49ers did claim to learn a lot.
That
from the
Ravens and Chiefs game, that was also another one that I completely blew me away. That I seriously thought the Ravens were going to pull that off, too.
I was not surprised. You can't bet against the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes right now. Patrick Mahomes is the third greatest quarterback of all time in my book. The third greatest quarterback of all time.
He's on the freaking Chiefs.
And he's only 28. As a Raiders fan, I'm in shambles. I'll admit it. Okay. I hate it. He's going to be here for at least another 10 years.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm going to hate every minute.
He is the next Tom Brady. He absolutely is.
Yeah, he's on a pace. He's on a pace to being
I definitely
the greatest
think he's
of all
not going to
time.
be on the Chiefs his entire career.
And I doubt that. The Chiefs love him.
Yeah,
so
but like
much.
they're going to pay him lots of money, but other teams might be willing to pay him more.
I don't know about that. his contract is the reason why they can barely keep anybody besides Patrick Mahomes on their team.
Well, yeah, but his contract
Tyreek
is up
Hill.
in what, 4 more years?
Try like
Because I thought it was a
6.
7-year contract,
it was a 10.
10-year contract,
Yeah,
and this is his
$500 million.
Yeah.
He signed that contract in 2020.
Okay,
Yeah.
I guess he's got probably about 6 or 7 more years then. Either way, I think as soon as that contract is up, someone else is gonna offer him like all of the money they have.
Nah.
You really don't think so?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
I mean, look at Tom Brady though.
Yeah. You know, he did not make Patrick Mahomes money. He actually famously took pay cuts
That's right. I didn't know
so
that.
he could have elite
still-
players on his team.
But
Patrick
still.
Mahomes did the exact opposite of that, and that's why they don't really have a wide receiver 1 right now. That's why they have like a lot of holes in other places. That's why their only real option on offense is, for some reason, Travis Kelce.
Hey, he's pretty good though.
He is pretty damn good. But I would like to address the elephant in the room. People see me and be like, oh, you must hate that the Chiefs and the 49ers are getting painted on your end zones. You must hate that the Chiefs are winning a playoff game in your arena before you guys do. Blah, 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 blah. I'm a grown-ass man. I really don't care.
It does irk him a little bit, but not nearly as much as people
No.
think.
It's one of those things that it's just easily forgettable. You can get over it.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a Chiefs flag buried underneath the stadium.
Claimed
to be. I mean, that bothered me a little bit at the beginning. But it's one of those things that you just forget about. You live on and you move on.
Exactly.
And so I really did not care that the Chiefs were painted in the Raiders Allegiant Stadium. You know why? I don't know. This might be petty, but is Kansas City, Missouri going to be the home of any Super Bowl ever unless, I don't know, global warming is going to start kicking in and, I don't know, we're still celebrating football for some reason?
Because the Kansas City stadium doesn't have a roof, does it?
No, it doesn't have a roof, and it's in the Midwest, and it's February. So,
That's kind of strange.
ergo, there will never be a Super Bowl in, I don't know, the Packers Stadium, the Bears Stadium, maybe the Minnesota Vikings Stadium. Still doubt it.
The Ford Stadium though has a roof, doesn't it?
I don't think there's ever going to be a Detroit Super Bowl. I don't think there's ever going to be a Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl. You can maybe see a Denver Super Bowl. I think there's been a Super Bowl in Denver. I don't know.
Let me see here.
But with that said, if it's ever at all snowy or even,
Ford Field could definitely have a Super Bowl.
well, if it's ever snowy or even cold, they're not going to be there.
Why?
Traffic.
Okay. What's the difference between that and like the Vegas then?
Vegas?
Yeah.
Traffic not in shitty weather.
That's something people could just deal with.
I don't know, man. I don't know how the Bills do it, to be honest.
Let's see. What's the Bears stadium called?
The NFL tries to the Bears Stadium,
Yeah.
Soldier Field.
Yeah.
Yep,
That one does not have a.
does not have a roof. No,
Nope.
nope. Just as cold as Lambeau. With that said, let's see. What was the thought I was about to have? Dang it, I lost it. Jordan, what you looking at?
Football stadium with roofs.
Okay.
The NRG Stadium from Texas. With a retractable roof.
Wonderful.
Allegiant Stadium has a roof.
Well, yeah. We actually have a convertible roof.
Ford Field. Wait, what? What do you mean by convertible? Because
It retracts.
NRG Stadium says is the only NFL stadium with a retractable roof.
Baloney. Unless they changed it. There might have been some issues with the Raiders' retractable roof, and they changed it. But once upon a time, that was retractable.
Lucas Oil Stadium has a roof.
Wonderful.
U.S. Bank Stadium. I'm assuming you know where these are actually at. It's not really telling me, but
I'd have to really think about it.
okay. Caesars Superdome. Where's that one at? That sounds like a Vegas stadium.
The Superdome? That's actually where next year's Super Bowl is going to be.
Where?
St. Louis.
Really?
Yeah. Not St. Louis. I'm so lying. New Orleans.
I was about to get like really confused.
New Orleans.
Okay. SoFi Stadium.
That's
That's
LA.
the Rams one. I know
Yep.
that one.
LA.
Stadium.
Excuse me?
Wembley Stadium.
Oh, okay.
Lambeau Field.
Never.
It does not have a roof.
Nope. See, what are you even looking at? Come
I'm
on.
confused. That's in a different language.
But yeah,
I give up on this.
hotspots. Yeah, the NFL, they aim for the Super Bowl to be a destination spot. Like, oh, you're already going to Miami. Well, the Super Bowl's this weekend. Maybe make a stop there.
They should make like $1 trillion stadium that's just for the Super Bowl, and just make it in
Hawaii.
on the moon.
I'm done talking to you. It's been the Too Many Words podcast.
Hawaii would be like less ideal than the moon. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, that's where they do. What's it called? Dude, I have not cared about this game in so long. I'm forgetting what it's called. That game that they played before the Super Bowl.
The Pro Bowl?
Yeah,
How do you forget
you're a good cookie right there. Wow, Jordan knowing something better than me.
I thought that's what you were talking about, but I was like, there's no way he forgets the Pro Bowl. That's like 3 letters.
The Pro Bowl used to be one of my favorite parts of the season, and now it's
It's just mini games.
It's just mini games and flag football. It's whatever. It's whatever. Gone are the glory days of seeing literally the best of the blessed play an actual football game. That was so cool.
I think if they were to actually build like a giga expensive stadium just for the Super Bowl, I think
How much is giga expensive?
like
Because
trillions of dollars.
trillions of dollars.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, because like these big stadiums, they cost billions,
Yeah, they do cost billions.
but make them more expensive so that
SoFi was like $10 billion.
yeah. Fine, maybe like 50 billion.
50 billion. What's it going to have? A
Well,
water slide?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything you can like
A
possibly
lazy
need,
river over the top of the stadium?
possibly need for like a game day like stadium, like anything. Like full heating and cooling, like a full retractable roof, all the stuff that you can possibly imagine for
I'd like to argue that that's either SoFi or Allegiant right now.
but better.
I don't think you can get much better than SoFi.
You can always get better. Make it have layers.
Oh, every stadium has layers.
I mean, field layers.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
What's that even mean?
Like, there's 2 football fields.
Allegiant has that.
There's 3 football fields.
Jordan, never change.
Um,
This means that you can't know any much more about football than you already do because that stays cute. I can't have Jordan knowing what he's talking about with football because then that stops being entertaining.
Anyways, what I'm saying is like just make like a really like top of the market, top of the line sort of stadium.
Make the
just for
walls
the
out of
Super Bowl.
gold.
Yeah, just for the Super Bowl and like put it in like the greatest location ever, like New Mexico or something.
Make the arena in the shape of the Lombardi Trophy.
I don't know what that is, but okay.
That's the trophy you get when you win the Super Bowl.
Oh, that's just a football.
Yeah.
Isn't that what stadiums are already shaped like?
Not really.
The ovals.
Yeah, they're ovals,
Yeah.
not Stewie heads.
I prefer Hey Arnold.
Oh, okay.
Like the Super Bowl commercial for Paramount Plus.
You know what we didn't talk about
What?
in side quests?
What?
How Creed is making a comeback in the
Well, yeah,
meme
they announced
zone.
it. Well, I mean, it's because they announced the new tour like a while ago. Yeah, and I'm really upset they're not really anywhere near us.
Can you take me higher?
And that's why like it was a big thing about them on that Paramount Plus ad, is because the people were memeing saying that their Super Bowl halftime show from I think 2002 was one of the greatest ones of all time.
To a place where blind men see.
Apparently Creed is a undercover Christian band, just so you know.
That's so sexy.
Like that's I think been confirmed. I'm not sure about that. But anyways, what was I talking about? Oh yeah,
Football?
Creed being memed, but like it was a big idea cuz like you can watch a lot of the football stuff on Paramount Plus, and like you know the Super Bowl this year was available on Paramount Plus because there was this weird Nickelodeon thing going on. I don't entirely know what that was all about, but yeah.
Nickelodeon has like this partnership with the NFL in the postseason. It's really interesting.
Is this a new thing or like
It's not new, but relatively new.
like less than 5?
I think around 5, yeah.
Okay. Weird.
Yeah.
Weird.
With that said, let's start talking about the party in general.
Yeah.
Let's rank the guests from worst to best.
Worst
Jordan
one?
is the worst one.
Yeah.
He showed up hours late. But we might have to reevaluate because he did bring a Nintendo Switch. What on God's green earth are you doing during the podcast? This man is just on a full I want to play with Isaac's toys spree right now.
No, I was putting the hot take card away.
Oh. Can you stop doing that during the podcast? Like we can always just have it on the desk until
It was bothering me like just being there.
Next
I was like,
week,
I don't want to
will
hold this.
it. I will hold it next week.
See, the problem was like I didn't want
The
didn't
problem
want it to
is
be
if
there
there's
anymore.
a bottle in my hand, I have to
Like
destroy it. And if there's a card in my hand, I will destroy it too. But we have to keep these, so it's got to go into Thor's hammer in the background.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness!
You know, I promise you, Isaac, you're gonna be holding that card and you're gonna be like, I don't want to hold this anymore. I'm gonna put it down. But then you're like, I don't want it to be there. I'm gonna pick it back up.
Jordan, take this cup for example.
Another.
No, I got this from a homeless man. I mugged it off of him.
No. It was a gift.
So, I am now done drinking out of this glass, so I don't need it to bother me anymore. I can just whoosh, off to the side. Don't need you anymore. Not thinking about you. It's okay. But yeah, any comments on the party aspect of the football game?
The best executed basement section of the party you've ever done. That I've been to, at least.
Okay, so if you're listening or you're watching, you have a great or a fuzzy, you have a very fuzzy idea of how this basement is situated. It's basically just a big rectangle. And
Yes, that's usually how rooms are shaped.
no, like the main area. Like this side of the podcast where it's just the hosts sees the other side of the podcast where we record with guests. I'm looking at the brown couch, the podcasting couch. I'm looking at the TMW flag. I'm looking at the signed Jose Canseco flag, or not flag, jersey in the back. I'm looking at the John Cena wall that we have. I'm looking at the stairs. It's where we record. It's all this stuff. So we have like this big pillar. It's supposed to keep the house up for some reason. My mom said I can't take it out for the integrity of the building. And so we've gotten a little bit creative with how we are going to separate the basement in half, especially like I would love to have a movie theater or just a viewing room, or there's rows upon rows upon rows, like any event style TV watching occasion. But because of this pole, I can't go very far because I can't seat anybody behind the pole, because then they'll have an obstructed view to what they're trying to see on the projector. So, with that said, we have a table by the pole in the middle, and whatever is projected on the screen projector, or projector screen, it's the same thing that is being played on the computer, because that's just how computers with HDMI and projectors work. Okay, you need the computer to play whatever you want to see on the screen. It just makes sense. With that said, it is a cute little secondary screen, and this is by no means like a small computer. It's not like a MacBook or anything. This is a big gaming laptop with a decent sized monitor, and so it was a really good setup for the people that want to sit on the couch with the chairs by it, and you saw that. I went to Symes and got this TV so we could play video games, because I thought our guests, Soren and Eli, they love playing video games. There have been past years where my mom's like, they're not even watching the game, they're just playing video games. And I'm like, yeah, that's them. They're not football games, they're basketball guys. And so I got my boys to help put the video game section up, and I happily played some Mario Party in the final minutes of the Super Bowl, because I just had that feeling that the Chiefs were going to win, and I needed to play some video games to help me out. But yeah, Soren and Eli strangely did not need to play any video games. Maybe if it was 2K, and I'm not talking about wrestling, I'm talking about basketball, they probably would have started playing some video games. But with that said, they're big enough bandwagon Chiefs fans to had stayed attentive to the whole game. So congrats to them. I had a really good time. Thank you, Darren, Carly, Soren, Eli, Jordan, Miranda, and Tyrion, and Hannah for making a really special party. I'd give that party an A+. I would do that every single year. It was clean. It was not very much of a mess. The stuff that I had to deal with post-game wasn't a lot. I had a good time with video games. I had a good time with football. I talked to there was enough people to show up where I could start a conversation with anybody at any time of the game. There was not a lot of traffic. The flow of traffic was really nice, and yeah, I'm gonna pat myself on the back for that one. It was fun. It was
Good
good.
job. You deserve it.
Yeah. Can we start talking about post game?
Sure, yeah.
I decimated my friends in Super Mario Party.
Yeah, you did.
Let's talk about it. Get off your phone. Talk about it.
Talk about it.
Let's talk about how Mason. That was the first and
Mason
last time
took
he'll ever
over-
play.
Yeah. He took over for me.
Yeah. And I still pissed him off
Yeah.
because of how I was playing. But yeah, I played as Mario, and I typically
Chris
don't.
Pratt.
Yeah, I call him Chris Pratt. That's the only reason why I play as Mario, because I have like, I don't know.
An obsession with Chris Pratt.
I have an obsession with Chris Pratt, yes. But call me a pick-me girl, okay? But I have like this obsession with, I don't know, not picking the main character in character selection video games.
Yeah.
Like, What's another example? I don't really pick Sonic in Mario versus Sonic Olympics. What's another example, Jordan?
I don't know.
I don't pick Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat.
I wouldn't really say he's the.
I don't know who the main character is in Mortal Kombat.
So
who is the main character in Mortal? It's whatever. You get the point. But I did pick Mario because of Chris Pratt, and the game's fixed because I did not win any single Super Mario Party game until I started playing as Mario, and we're 2-0 with Mario. But
something about the Mario in Mario Party Superstars. I don't know. Like the IMDb credit says it's the actual voice, the new voice of Mario, but like that one specifically sounds quite a bit more like Chris Pratt.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
like
fun.
if you compare it to other ones, it's a little different.
That's fun. But yeah, I'll win with Chris Pratt any day, every day. Okay. With this, your boy finished with 8 stars.
I thought it was
8.
9.
I had a total of 9 stars, but I finished with 8. But yeah, that's the most stars I've ever had in a single game. The runner up was they had 2 stars. Third place had 2 stars. And last place had 0 stars.
Yeah, because you stole it at last second.
Yes, I stole it, and I didn't even need to steal it. I just didn't like Mason.
I thought it was Miranda.
Well, I had a vendetta against your character because you stole a star from me. And
Really?
so I stole 2 stars back.
You stole more than 2, but...
Yeah, I stole one from Miranda. Didn't feel great stealing from Miranda. She's a sweetheart, but... Oh! But, yeah. I don't know. For those of you who enjoy Super Mario Party and know what the heck I'm talking about, yeah, 9 stars is a lot. And I took how many steps? I think like 600? Not 600. We have it on recording, the stats of that one specific game. But, hey, I had over 500 stickers, though. I was really grinding on that one, too. I was just, video game numbers. Just
I don't think I actually saved that video.
out the wazoo. I saved it. We're Gucci. We don't need exact numbers, but, people clicked on this video to hear about the Super Bowl. So
Oh, wait, no,
that's
it's right
irrelevant.
here.
What?
I found it.
Oh, he found it. He found it. I did have a lot of coins. Like, how many coins?
604.
604 coins, bro. Ugh.
You took 171 steps.
It's because I got into a versus match with Mason, and I absolutely knew I was favored in that. And then he wanted to give me the clock freaking one, though. But still, at the same time, I should have bet everything that I had, though. It was so funny. You good? You
Yeah.
good?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What do we want to wrap this up with? What was your favorite Super Bowl food? What about that?
I really wish I got to eat more, honestly.
Honestly, I did not get that very adventurous this year. I didn't even get to...
I didn't get a hot dog.
I
That
didn't
was-
even
that was
buy
pretty
the
good.
supplies for what I usually make for the Super
And then
Bowl.
there was the bean and cheese dip. That was pretty good.
Yeah. I'd like to say that a reliable favorite on a year where I didn't get to make my favorite, those pickle wraps are just
I didn't get any of
reliable.
those.
Really?
I couldn't find them.
I'm sorry. So for those of you who are curious, what
Like,
pickle
I went
wraps
upstairs, and then Darren showed up out of nowhere, and he was eating them. I was like, I didn't even actually say this. I should have asked him where he got them. But, like, I went looking for them. I was like, where are these?
They were on the table between my dad's the chair that my dad was sitting in and the couch Mom was sitting at.
Your dad was here yesterday?
Yeah, he left at halftime.
Oh, so he left literally moments before I got here.
Yeah, accurate.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that put nothing into perspective to me, by the way. I don't know where your dad was sitting.
I could point it out to you. It doesn't matter, but I'll point it out to you after the show. But
Is there any left?
I don't think so.
Damn.
Those are the bomb. If there is, we're fighting over them. Anyways, if you guys are curious what a pickle wrap is, it's just,
I don't think anyone
a
is.
slice of a
Pickle, and cream
pickle.
cheese, and ham,
cream cheese and
or
wrapped
corned
in ham.
beef, or dried beef, depending on who
or
you're
just
talking to.
whatever selection of sliced
They're made
meat
with
that you'd like.
They're made with 3 different things. It's ham, corned beef, or dried beef.
Yeah,
That is depends on who your mother was and how you make them.
yeah, but pickle wraps, all reliable right there. There was also deviled eggs, but it just made it feel like
I
Thanksgiving.
didn't get any deviled eggs either.
But
Freaking love
yeah,
deviled eggs.
when it comes to food-heavy holidays, the Super Bowl is by bar none my
Even though
favorite.
the Super Bowl is not technically a holiday.
It's not
But it
it's
is.
not
It
a
absolutely it
government
is.
recognized holiday.
It absolutely is.
But it is one of the biggest days in America, okay? I forgot what the exact stat was, but the 3 big days where Americans eat the most food is Christmas, Thanksgiving, and the Super Bowl. Guess what is last? Not the Super
It's
Bowl
Christmas.
out of those 3. I think it's Christmas.
It's definitely Christmas. I
Yeah.
can tell you that.
If the Super Bowl warrants people to eat more food
It goes
than
Thanksgiving,
Christmas,
Super Bowl, Christmas.
it's a holiday. I don't give a damn. Okay, I will go rounds with you. Okay, every other sport,
If you want to add another
game
one,
out of 7.
I'd say like graduation season is going to be number top, the top of that, and then it goes Thanksgiving,
What, like
Super Bowl,
like
Christmas.
a graduation party food?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like for like when Americans consume the most food.
Oh, like at grad parties?
Yeah. Well, for I guess as someone who works in retail, does catering orders and stuff, like literally the stuff you serve and get for Super Bowl parties, Thanksgiving, whatnot. Graduation season is our most just busy rush time, and then it's Thanksgiving, and then it's the Super Bowl, and then it's Christmas. That's been at every store I've worked at.
Nice.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Well, I'm sure. How we wrapping this up?
Well, I mean, that's it, isn't it? Then we just.
What's the question for this episode?
Ooh, what's your favorite Super Bowl food?
All right.
I like that one. Because we were just talking about it. That's
Simple question for my friends. What is your favorite Super Bowl food?
Fat turtle.
My favorite Super Bowl food was not here this year, which is okay. But
What is it?
So you know how you can get stuffed Anaheim peppers at the
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's those, but sliced as if they were pickle wraps.
I know.
I love
I am
them.
so
I
over
love them.
like bacon wrapped things.
I'm sorry that you're no longer American.
This guy's arms are weird.
Yeah, well, it's a baby turtle that is a toy, so that
His
is.
legs don't even move.
Jordan must be constantly playing with anything, bro. If he had nothing in his hands, he could not be on the podcast because I don't know. He'd be probably playing with his balls.
I did that earlier.
Oh, all right. Thank you.
I even said it, like right over there in the corner.
Wonderful.
I was like,
And now
I'm
you're
pulling my balls out.
now you're touching my toys.
It
That
was
is-
through my pants,
That's
okay, man.
wild.
It was through my
That
pants.
is wild.
My pants.
Wild. Anyways, this has been another episode of the Too Many Words podcast.
Too many words podcast.
You can find
Without sign.
You can find us at, of course, first and foremost, thescaldstone.com, okay, where you can find any of our other podcasts and podcasts that are friends of ours on that. So I say once again, thescaldstone.com. If you don't want to go to thescaldstone.com, we are also present on the following social medias. We have a Too Many Words podcast Facebook page, Too Many Words podcast Instagram, and Too Many Words pod TikTok. After that, if you want to go into the platforms that we cherish the most, which is Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and YouTube, you can, of course, follow us under those podcast platforms. Just searching Too Many Words. If you want to find us on YouTube, we are, of course, under Scald Stone Productions. We're keeping it rolling there. We're seeing a lot of success. Okay, throw us a bone on both platforms. We would love to get a follow, a share, a like, a listen, a download. It's whatever you want. Okay. With that said, check out the Scald Stone shop. You don't even need to spend any money to just at least check out what we got cooking over there. But thank you. I love you. 1, 2, 3, amen. Actually, no. Jordan, what do you dedicate this podcast episode to?
You about jumped the gun right there.
I did.
Wow.
Yeah.
This podcast episode right here, the one we are recording right now and the one you are listening to right now, is dedicated to the great, the wonderful, the fantastic, amazing, awesome Trevor Holder.
All right.
Love you.
I dedicate this podcast out to a person I do not know, never met, but probably is the most meaningful one to me because of what he was a part of. This episode goes out to Matthew Harper. Matthew Harper was a man who was the show choir director for the middle school, Urbandale Middle School group that is Pizzazz, and apparently, Pizzazz and other shows. I've heard that Urbandale has changed up a few things on what their show choir groups are, but Matthew was the director. I don't know if he was the immediate director who took over for Alice O'Connor. She was my director when I was a kid, and she retired when I was in high school. But Matthew Harper, he recently died. We lost him because of I can't really... I know it was untimely. It had something to do with his brain or his heart. I can't remember which. I really wish that I could tell you a little bit more. I'm just looking at a Facebook page post right now. But he was a part of something that I still to this day say it's the only thing I miss from school, which is show choir. My heart goes out to Matthew Harper and his family for the untimely passing. But I feel like when it comes to more important dedications like that, we owe them more than just a podcast episode. But thank you, Matthew, for putting your time into something that is bigger than yourself. We all dream of being part of something that is bigger than ourselves. And just putting your talents into something as great as the Urbandale show choir department, or whatever you want to call it. It's really a culture. The show choir culture in Urbandale is amazing, and I've heard that that Pizzazz chose to, maybe not Pizzazz, I don't know, but Pizzazz chose to perform their next scheduled performance after the passing, and it says a lot about young middle schoolers.
Yeah.
So
That's pretty great. That's a good one.
yeah, probably one of the biggest ones. So yeah, sorry to end the episode on a darker tone.
What a loser.
But I keep
Isaac
forgetting.
is just awful. Terrible person.
I keep forgetting to talk about it on the radio, but we are also today's positive music. But you know, I'll talk about Mr. Harper on the radio soon.
All right. Isaac, amen on 3.
Amen on 3.
1, 2, 3.
Amen.